How you doing everyone? Scott back again with an update, some CDs and some vinyl. I kind of stole Vinyliser's idea. It gives you something a bit more to look at rather than just empty walls. So I've still got any pictures up or anything like that yet, so you can look at that, some of the vinyl. Bit of a better background. So in my last video I said that I'd hopefully be getting out to do some digging after about 3 months. I've not been digging, so I finally got out. Went out last Saturday. I hit some charity shops, a lot of charity shops actually, and on the Sunday I hit a record shop as well, so got some stuff to show. So on the Saturday we went out and we just absolutely steamrolled a bunch of charity shops. Out of about, I would say, at least 10 charity shops, I walked out with 4 records and 2 CDs, and it was all from the same shop. So to be fair, the shop that I did go to that I actually picked up stuff, it was focused on music, so it was an Oxfam shop, but it focuses solely on CDs, cassettes and vinyl, although at the same time they price it like a record shop, so it's not like everything's £1 or £2. Things were priced accordingly, so it's more a record shop that donates to charity rather than a charity shop that sells records, if you know what I mean. They've obviously got guys in there that are clued up on their vinyl and pressings and even CDs. I mean, I found a Vane CD, as in Davy Vane, and it was $29.99. So I'd never seen it before. Obviously it was rare, and it was priced like it was rare, so they're obviously clued up. But the stuff I got was pretty decent. First off, I'll show you the CDs that I picked up. First one was Wasp and Eldorado. I know it's not their best album, but it was an album I was going to pick up nonetheless. I mean, Wasp's a band that I will collect everything they've got. The majority of their stuff's really good, and when it comes to Wasp, I will be a kind of completist in that sense. Studio albums anyway. So there you go, there's a disc. So I was pretty pleased to pick that up. I mean, it's Eldorado, I know it's not great, but I'd be picking it up anyway, so it was a pretty good find for a charity shop. And the second one is Faster Pussycats, Wake Me When It's Over. Never seen this on CD before, so glad to pick that one up. I do have it on vinyl, but it's good to have it on CD as well. So they were the 2 CDs I picked up. I mean, they had like really rare, they actually had a section that was titled Rare Black Metal. So I mean, some of these CDs were like £20 plus. I mean, I picked up Creator. There was a Creator CD there. I think it was Enemy of God, and it was the 2-disc digipack, and that was priced at $11.99. I mean, I probably would have picked it up if it was a £5, but I mean, $11.99 I wasn't, and it was the cover was a bit beat up because it was a digipack, and I thought, even for, I know they're pricing it properly and stuff, but even that was too steep for me for a beat up copy of Enemy of God. So that was the CDs. The records I picked up from there. If I was more prepared, I'd have them out. So the records I picked up, the first one was Bloodgood and Rock in a Hard Place. So Christian hard rock. As you can see, it's not in the best shape. When you can see those kind of wrinkles, that's on the actual, like the jacket of the record. But these weren't expensive. I mean, some of the records were priced accordingly. I mean, some records were £50. So that was the first one I saw. Second one was the second album from Victory, Don't Get Mad, Get Even. And this is really good stuff. This features Herman Frank on guitar, who played with Accept. I think he played with a few albums in the 80s, then left, went to Sinner, played with Sinner, then went back to Accept, and obviously had Victory in the middle. So really good stuff. And the last one I found was by Adam Bomb and Fatal Attraction, which is in really good shape. Does have the cutout, but apart from that, really good stuff. So I was really pleased to find them, and these are albums I've never found in the wild before. So in fact, no, that's a lie. I've seen Victory a few times in the wild, but every time I see it, it's just beat up. I think it's because it's the black cover, really hard to hide any defects to the cover. But yeah, saw this and it was in really good shape, so I was all over it. So those were the charity shop finds. So that's probably the best I've ever done in charity shops, although it was a kind of a music specific shop. The rest was just pretty poor. All your usual stuff. A lot of like old country, which obviously I'm not really into. Jim Reeves, Cliff Richard, Scottish bagpipe music, folk music, all that kind of stuff. You get a lot of that in the charity shops here, so nothing really worth anything. And I mean, and some of these albums were priced at £5, £6, and I was like, what kind of charity shop is this? I mean, we're in a pretty good area of Edinburgh, so I don't know if that's why they've kind of priced up their stuff, I don't know, but I mean, further into the town, I mean, these things are like £1, but for some reason these were like £4.50, £5, £6, and I didn't really understand why. So that is the charity shop finds. Couple of CDs I just ordered online. I'm still trying to fill holes in my CD collections. I'm pretty close to completing some discographies. So one band I'm pretty close with is Megadeth. So I picked up The World Needs a Hero. This is off our trusty Music Magpie. I didn't realise it was coming in this. This is like a slip sleeve. So there's the slip sleeve. I might just get rid of that. I don't really want that. There's a CD, and it also came with the limited edition poster inside, which I didn't know it was a limited edition CD, didn't know it was coming in the slipcase. But yeah, I think out of the big four, Megadeth are by far the most consistent, if you can forget about Risk. There's a disc there. Really clean as well. Sometimes you do order things from Music Magpie and they come a little bit more scratched than you'd expect. It does say they're all examined meticulously and that they're in really good shape, but this one actually was in really good shape. I don't know if you can even tell, but there's not a mark on it, so really happy with that. That's from 2001, I think. So yeah, World Needs a Hero. And I also picked up 2009's Endgame, which is just a brilliant album. I mean, Megadeth are still kind of pulling out the bag. I mean, out of the big four, Megadeth are the ones that I still look forward to their new stuff. So, just an awesome album. They're just still there with the melodies, the riffs. It all still just works really well together, so really happy to pick that up. So I think I'm only about 4 away from the Megadeth, or completing the Megadeth discography now. Out of 15, that's not bad. I've still to pick up their new one, Super Collider. Killing Is My Business. And it's more than your ones, I think. Can't remember the other one. 13. Still to pick up that as well. So, but I'll get that. You can get them really, really cheap on eBay and stuff. So it's never a problem. It's just things always you always gravitate towards something else after a while. So anyway, I'll get on to the rest of the vinyl. So during the kind of charity shop dig, I did find a record shop that I'd never been to before. Probably because of the location, it's really far away from where my other local record shops are. And this place was called Vox Box. It's not a very big shop, but the guy was really friendly. As soon as we walked in, he was like, "Oh, what are you looking for?" There was a bit through the back. There was pound records through the back, and this and that. And he was kind of giving us a bit of info. But I just said, "Look, I'm after a bit of heavy metal." He said, "Look, we've not got a lot, but that's your selection there." So I did find 2 records that I walked away with. So the first one was the second album from Wrathchild, Trash Queens. Now this is kind of a EP mixed with live tracks, really. It's not really a studio release, although it is classed as one. I think this is their first EP on side 1, and it's live tracks on side 2. But Wrathchild are a band they're not that kind of, they're not Poison, not that kind of band, they're not that kind of glam band from the 80s. They are more raw, like kind of early Motley Crue. They're just that kind of bit rougher looking. If you can see that, they're just a bit not as pretty, if you know what I mean. So that's from 1985. And I also picked up, which was I thought was an absolutely amazing find, Udo and Faceless World's third album from 1989, or is it 1990? Oh, sorry, it's 1990. Absolutely amazing album. This is one of the albums from Udo that I just think they kind of spent a lot more time composing the songs. It's not so much straightforward heavy metal. It's more melodic. There's like instruments in there you wouldn't expect. There's tones in there you wouldn't expect. And overall, just an absolutely brilliant album, and a must-have, I would say, for Udo fans or Accept fans. Just really good stuff. I'm not completely clued up on Udo's solo stuff because a lot of it's hard to get, and a lot of it's expensive. I mean, you find the 80s stuff pretty easy, but after that, prices are pretty high. I mean, even on his new one, what was that? Is it Steel Factory? I mean, that's over 30 quid on Amazon here. So I think it's only that and Dominator you can get on records. So, but his 80s stuff is absolutely killer, and this Faceless World is superb. Really, really good. So definitely recommend that for anyone interested. So that was out of Vox Box. And I did go digging on the Sunday. The plan was to hit 3 shops, but 2 of them were shut for some reason, so I only hit 1. But I did find a couple of good scores, so got 4 records in the same shop, and I'll show you the first one. The first one's a bit of a novelty record, but I do like soundtracks, and this is the soundtrack to Cocktail. Picked this up $5, so I wasn't, I mean, if it was any more than that I would have left it, but it was a $5, so why not. We've got the likes of Starship, the Fabulous Thunderbirds, Robbie Neville, Bobby McFerrin, Don't Worry Be Happy, Georgia Satellites, Little Richard, Preston Smith, Ry Cooder, John Cougar Mellencamp, and the Beach Boys. And it's funny, I was thinking about, I actually watched Cocktail a couple of months ago. Like, love my 80s films. And I thought to myself after it, it's a good film, but there's not really anything to it. There's no real story to it. If you think about it, it's just a barman who goes away, comes back, and opens a bar. It's not really, it doesn't really go anywhere. Although, like, at the time you're enjoying it, you think, oh, it's a good film, you get to the end, fine, but then when you actually think about it, you go, nothing actually happened in this film. But anyway, I've now got the soundtrack, so great. So the 3 proper scores I kind of got. First one was Ugly Kid Joe and As Ugly as They Wanna Be. 6-track kind of EP from 1991, I think. Yep. The first time I ever heard Ugly Kid Joe was about this time, or maybe 1992, and it was when they released Cats in the Cradle. That was like a really big hit here in the early 90s, and I actually had it on, I mean, I was really young, I must have been about 7 or 8, maybe 6, 7 or 8, and we actually had it, well, my mum bought it on single, 7-inch, and I used to play it all the time, used to love it, so that's how I used to know Ugly Kid Joe, until as I got older I realised they were like a heavy metal band. So I thought that was a really good score. It's in really great condition as well. I mean, not even a bit of spine there. In fact, I think this was still in the shrink. Aye, it was. It was still in the shrink. I actually just took it off. So, because I was looking at the cover and I thought, that's actually in really good shape for being a black cover, but it was because it still had the shrink wrap on it. So that was pretty decent. Next up, this was a really good find, and in this kind of condition, this was a tenner, and this is a band that I always look for their stuff, but people, I don't know why, want quite a lot of money for them. And this is Icon, and Right Between the Eyes. I love Icon. This is from 1989, and they're just a great melodic hard rock band that I really enjoy their stuff. I got Night of the Crime from Magnus AOR Rocks, and I was over the moon because I absolutely love that album. And this is amazing too. So, and in really great condition. So that's Icon and Right Between the Eyes. And I reckon the best score out of the lot, this was the first one I found in the shop actually, and again in great condition. This shop doesn't really sell anything below VG+, I would say, unless it's like a really rare record, but everything you see is just in really great shape. You don't see anything, I mean, if anything's really below that, it's in like a £3 bin or like a £1 bin or whatever. Everything else that's priced accordingly is in awesome shape. So to find this, and to find it with this version of the cover, was awesome. And it is Lita Ford and Out for Blood. So those who don't know, this is the band cover. As you can see, it's like she's ripped the guitar apart and there's blood spurting from the guitar, and obviously it's this is written in blood, so I think that's why it was maybe changed for this. So yeah, really happy to pick that up. And with this, I mean, it's not hard to pick these up, but obviously people think it's the band cover, will chuck a lot more money at it. So I picked this up for a tenner. I think this, Icon, Ugly Kid Joe and Cocktail, I think it was like 35 quid for the lot. So I mean, they don't overcharge. So that was, I was chuffed to bits to find that with the band cover and at that price. So, and I love this album because it's still got that kind of hint of the Runaways with it, almost that kind of almost kind of like bare punky feel, you know, like the teenage kind of punky feel that the Runaways had. So you do get that kind of thing on this, that kind of style. But yeah, really happy to have that. That's from 1983 as well, just immaculate condition. So that is my pickups for this week. Finally got back out digging. I might even try and get out tomorrow, who knows. But this is the haul. Let me know what you think, and I'll speak to you guys very soon. Cheers.